Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm pleased to share with you the very first public update video for my train game, the working title of which is Shortline Simulator. Shortline Simulator was born out of my desire to play a very specific kind of train game, one that's focused on the operations of the railroad it models, and provides a great player experience through its user interface, graphics, and sound, and that strikes a balance between realism and fun. Before we get too much further into this, I want to stress that what you're looking at is not in any way complete. I'm the sole developer, 3D artist, and sound designer on this project, and this is not my day job. Much of what you're looking at is the way it is because in many ways I'm still prototyping this game. For instance, I'm still not quite certain if the game will have a steam locomotive, a diesel locomotive, or both. That's why our trusty consolidation here only has driver wheels on the fireman's side. In this preview, we'll follow our 280-led train out of town and up a short grade to a gap, and then we'll follow a jeep down at night. There are 4 different cameras in the game, 2 character cameras, overhead, and flying. The character cameras are first person. Think of them as the engineer and the conductor brakeman. The engineer can be situated just how you like in the cab, while the conductor brakeman has all the fun of riding around on boxcar ladders while switching cars. More on switching cars in a future video. Here I am using the conductor to jump on the ladder of the caboose. I'm using the WASD keys to move and the spacebar to jump. There's no need to hit a specific key to climb a ladder, you just move toward it. I'm using the overhead camera now, and I've locked it onto the locomotive. As you see, it follows whatever car it's locked to, and I can use the mouse to orbit that car as it moves. As we watch our train cross the river and climb the grade, perhaps you're thinking, well, this looks nice and all, and I'm sure if you include a 280 in the game, it'll have all 8 driver wheels. But what's this game about? I don't know if it'll have a story, but the gameplay will be about running the trains on the railroad. A railroad has scheduled trains, passenger, freight. It also runs locals and extras. A typical session would involve marking up to run one of those trains. For sessions where it makes sense, such as a local, the pickups and setouts would be dynamically generated. You'd never have the same cars and the same customers twice. A few thoughts about realism. If you're knowledgeable about how trains run, you should find this to be what I'll call a comfortable simulation. Realistic enough to be immersive to a rail fan, but not so realistic to be tedious or frustrating. As an example, I think it's fun to experiment with the differences in behavior between the train brake, the independent, and the dynamic brakes, but not so much fun to be searching the internet because you can't get the train to move. Also, I'd love to support multiplayer, but it's kind of far down there on the priority list. Well, we're making some edits to time compress our trip up the grade here. Here's our GP7 ready to make the trip down the mountain. We'll switch it to nighttime. So that's the game today. I'm thrilled with the progress to date, but of course there's still a lot of work to be done. One of the most important parts of the game is going to be the sound, and of course there really wasn't any in this video. As I mentioned earlier, this is all my work at this point, but I'd love to work with the right people to make this game better. If you know somebody who could help with locomotive audio or 3D modeling, contact me at the email on the screen. I'd also love to hear your impressions of the game. Is this something you'd want to play? Did I leave something out? Comment below or send me an email. If you'd like to hear about what's next for Shortline Simulator, subscribe. Thanks for watching.